The top 10 things to do in Quebec City 2022. Hi guys, how's it going, mate? My name is AussieTash. I have been getting so many suggestions to look into Quebec City, so I'm really excited to get into this video. So let's just jump on in.
The only walled city in North America and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, French-speaking Quebec City has a strategic location atop steep cliffs that overlook the St. Lawrence River. Founded in 1608 as a fur trading colony at present-day Place Royale, it quickly became an administrative centre and today is the capital of Quebec province and one of the most beautiful cities in Canada. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 rated attractions and things to do in Quebec City. And just wait till you see the number one that we're going to be showing in this video, something you would never even have thought of, so make sure you watch till the end. Now let's cut to the chase. At 10, Fortifications of Quebec National Historic Site. In the more than 300 years of its history, Quebec has come to possess a variety of fortifications, all of which can be explored on an hour-long circular walk. The bastions, walls, towers, gates and countless old cannon show how well the former French colony was protected. Completed in 1832, the 4.5 kilometres of defensive ramparts on the west flank of the old city were constructed of granite and sand, the only fortifications of this kind in North America. Numerous pieces of weaponry are a constant reminder of Quebec's troubled past.
Wow, sign me up for that walk. It's only an hour. I'd gladly do it. Quebec City, already I'm in love with you. I have travelled to Paris, so I do get all the old buildings and stuff like that. You have to remember, Australia, our history is only about 200 years old. We're relatively young in comparison to other countries around the world. We don't have buildings that are, 300, 400 years old. These buildings, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
At 9, the Observatory de la Capitale, Capital Observatory. Atop the Marie Gaillard building, this 360-degree observatory provides more than just a bird's-eye view of the city from the 31st floor. Interactive exhibits introduce how Quebec City developed and grew over the centuries, with a kids' height section designed just for little ones. The panorama extends beyond the old walled city to Lévis, the St. Lawrence and the Ile de l'Orleans. You can also get excellent views of the city from the funicular, Quebec's city's solution to its extremely hilly geography. The funicular runs from Quartier Petit Champlain in the lower town to Chateau Frontenac in upper town to save weary travellers from steep staircases. It has been transporting passengers at a staggering 45-degree angle since 1879, most recently updated in 1998 with glass-walled elevator carriages.
That just looks amazing. What a cool section for the kids. They're too little to go hiking up all those stairs to these landmarks. So we'll create an observation deck that's not too high so they don't get too scared and they can see everything. And there's walls of history for them to learn and look at. That's awesome. Me, I'm going up to the very top, all the way up there, mate, so I can see everything. Get my camera, click, click, click. Loving Quebec City already. Beautiful. Just beautiful.
At 8, Basilica of Sainte Anne de Beaupré. Sainte Anne is the patron saint of Quebec and is credited with many miracles of healing the sick and disabled. Located northeast of Quebec in Beaupré, this stunning Catholic basilica is a destination for 500,000 pilgrims each year. The present-day church dates to 1926, but the first chapel was built here in the 17th century. Another famous Catholic basilica is the Cathédrale Notre-Dame de Quebec, designed by the architect Basilica and completed in 1844. The interior of Notre-Dame de Quebec is very impressive with a beautiful altar, episcopal canopy and stained glass windows.
I love old churches. Like I said, I have travelled to Paris, so I've seen a lot of the old churches and buildings there. I've also been very fortunate enough on my European holiday to travel to Italy and Rome, and I've also travelled to Vatican City. My gosh. Breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. But this, Quebec City, beautiful. Fantastic old churches, the stained glass windows, all the paintings on top of the roof. We don't have stuff like this in Australia, really. You guys, you've got it going on there. I cannot wait to get over there and just go through Quebec City with my camera and just click, click, click.
Next up at 7, Parliament Building, Hôtel du Parlement and Parliament Hill. This spaciously laid out district, immediately southwest of the old Upper Town, is the seat of Quebec's provincial government. The Parliament, completed in 1877 but later extended, could have been modelled on any number of Parisian public buildings. The Salle de l'Assemblée Nationale, the National Assembly, and Salle de Conseil Législatif, Legislative Council, are open to the public. Both are fine old chambers, sumptuously furnished. Tickets should be obtained in advance. Nearby, find the Grand Théâtre, a venue for plays, concerts and symphony performances, as well as the large Palais de Congrès shopping and entertainment complex.
You can really see the French influence still in Quebec City to this day, can't you? The buildings are beautiful. I'm going to have to look and see, is Quebec more modernised? Is there skyscrapers? Or is it just all the old buildings? Please leave a comment, let me know, or leave a suggestion of what I can look into, because I'm really keen to learn about it.
At 6, Chateau Frontenac. Constructed for the Canadian Pacific Railway in 1894, the Grand Falmont Le Chateau Frontenac is one of the city's most prominent landmarks and esteemed hotels. This historic property can be seen from miles away and is especially impressive at night. In front of the hotel, Terrasse de Ferrine offers stunning views northwards to the Laurentians, and the Promenade des Gouverneurs leads southward toward the Citadel and Plans of Abraham. This elevated vantage was the original site of Fort St. Louis, the governor's residence in colonial times. Tourists can see the ruins underneath the promenade. Chateau Frontenac is also historically significant for the Quebec Conference in August 1943, where the Allied powers, Winston Churchill, Franklin D. Roosevelt, William L. M. King, Vice Admiral Lord Mountbatten, the U.S. Chief of Staff, General George C. Marshall, and others laid preparations for the D-Day landings in Normandy, June 6, 1944.
Wow, some pretty cool World War history stuff happened there, didn't it? Please, leave a comment. How much does it cost to stay there a night? I'm guessing it would be pretty expensive. Even just like a small room. Leave a comment. Have you stayed there? Did you take any pictures? How were the views like from there? Oh my gosh. Beautiful building. Absolutely beautiful. I know I use that word beautiful a lot. Maybe spectacular, stunning, breathtaking, awesome, incredible. Just so many words to describe how awesome these buildings are.
Next up at 5, visit Musée de la Civilisation. The Musée de la Civilisation in Quebec City is a 3-part institution that delves into the many facets of human history and the establishment of French America, with the main museum located in Basseville near the Old Port. Built to designs by the well-known architect Moshe Safdie, the Central Museum is of great architectural interest. The permanent collection draws from civilizations around the world, as well as exploring the Quebec experience. The Musée de l'Amérique francophone is housed in the historic Séminaire de Quebec in Upper Town. As the name suggests, the museum deals with all aspects of the history of the French in North America. The Musée de la Civilisation also has exhibits at Place Royale, where Samuel de Champlain founded Quebec, the first permanent French settlement in North America.
That's a museum I'd like to go to. I'm guessing if you go there, you can learn a lot about the French history of Quebec City. That would be pretty cool. In Australia, we've got museums, but like I've said before, we're a pretty young country, so we don't have stuff that's hundreds of years old just to display everywhere. I love museums. I love looking at old stuff. So yeah, sign me up, buy me a ticket, I'm going.
At 4, stroll through Quartier Petit Champlain. Once the bustling capital of New France, the Quartier Petit Champlain is arguably the most beautiful area of the city. Wandering the narrow streets that lace between the historic buildings makes you feel like you are in the heart of an old European city. The stone structures that line the pedestrian-only streets now house a wide variety of shops, services and restaurants. This is the perfect place to visit for strolling and meandering, and it's a truly lovely area year-round. Tourists will find artisan boutiques, Quebec cuisine restaurants and bistros, art galleries and a generous assortment of sweet shops offering everything from handcrafted fudge and nougat to a stylish crêperie. Clothing boutiques here offer unique items for sale, from stores that offer only alpaca products to those showing the latest trends. Photographers will also find interesting sights in the Quartier Petit Champlain. The umbrella-covered lane, Rue de Cul-de-Sac, offers a colourful spectacle, as well as some respite from the sun or rain. While you're here, pop into La Feugerie for a treat. Watch for the large Trompe-l'œil mural, fresque de Petit Champlain, at the far end of Rue de Petit Champlain that gives a glimpse into the city's history.
Okay, I am going to walk through there at winter wearing my, I hope this is right, wearing my toque with a Tim Hortons coffee in one hand and a beaver tail in the other. Oh my gosh, sign me up, I am there.
At 3, see the Plains of Abraham, Champ de Bataille. Outside the city walls to the west of the Citadel stretches the green expanse known as the Plains of Abraham, Champ de Bataille, where in 1759 the British, led by General Wolfe, fought the French under Montcalm and won. Exhibits retell the tumultuous history of how Quebec City resisted and then fell to the British. The park is also home to the remains of 2 Martello towers, later additions to Quebec's fortifications. Begun in the late 1930s, the Joan of Arc garden designed by Louis Perron has a fabulous display of flowers from spring until fall. Families visiting with children will find interactive exhibits at the museum which encourage younger visitors to engage with history, and young children will have fun with the family treasure hunt, which encourages exploration and discovery within the park.
Well, walking through those parks, that'd be pretty cool. Learning more about Canada and Quebec, I'm guessing there was a lot of Civil War history that's gone on with the French and the English to take over Quebec. Please leave a comment or a suggestion of what I should watch to learn more about the Civil War history of Canada. I'd love to learn more about it, but I sort of don't know where to look, so please leave a suggestion in the comments. That would be really, really helpful.
At number 2, explore la Citadel de Quebec. Thrusting upwards from the west and facing the St. Lawrence River, Cap Diamant reaches a height of 100 meters and commands an extensive and varied panorama. Sitting atop this is Quebec's star-shaped citadel, a massive fortress protected by thick walls, ramparts and ditches that was built in 1832. Still an active military post, the citadel is used as military quarters for generals, officers and servicemen, as well as the summer residence of the Governor-General of Canada. This is also the headquarters of the 22nd Canadian Regiment, which formed at the beginning of the First World War and boasts a distinguished record, including action at the Battle of the Somme and much later in the Korean War. Summer visitors can watch the changing of the guard ceremony each morning, and the Military Museum, located in the mid-18th century powder magazine in the southern corner of the Citadel, is open year-round. From the far end of the boardwalk in front of the Chateau Frontenac, a set of stairs leads up to the Citadel and Plains of Abraham.
The Citadel, that looked pretty cool, and so much to do there. As I learn more and more about Canada, I'm thinking, man, yeah, sure, I'll go there. I'll do a trip to Canada for 2 weeks. Mate, I'm going to need about 2 months there. Jeez, 2 months? At least, I reckon. I'm going to have to start saving up a lot of loonies and toonies to spend 2 months over there, I'll tell you that now.
And finally, at number 1, wander through Place Royale. This is tourist central in Quebec, both for the history and the modern-day ambience that comes with the restaurants, patios and shops that now fill the historic structures. Place Royale stands on the site of Quebec's actual foundation, the spot where, in 1608, Samuel de Champlain erected a fur trading post that soon grew into the capital of French America. Named in honour of Louis XIV, whose bust adorns it, Place Royale is the largest surviving ensemble of 17th and 18th century buildings in North America. The pretty stone church, Notre Dame de Victoire, faces a cobbled square, along with Maison Chevalier of the Musée de la Civilisation. Adjacent to Place Royale, facing out over the river and encircled by stout walls and palisades, the little Batterie Royale was constructed in 1691. In summer, the area is home to outdoor dining areas. In winter, the snow transforms the old streets and stone buildings into a postcard-perfect scene. This is a beautiful area to wander through in the day or evening and at any time of the year.
Alright, leave a comment. I'm thinking I definitely have to come to Canada during the winter season. What are the months of winter in Canada? Just so I can start, looking at travel itineraries and stuff. Like I said, I'm going to have to save up heaps of loonies and toonies to get there, but I'm going. I am 100% going. Quebec City. you can really see the French influence going on there. So many old buildings with old French names, monuments, all the cafes, the streets. Let me know. If you were born in Quebec City, what language do you speak? Do you speak French or do you speak English? Or if you go to school, do you speak English and learn French there? In Australia, when I was at school, in primary school and stuff, I'm talking like 20, 30 years ago, the language they had you learning was German. Bit strange. Now it's Japanese. I learnt my French while I was in high school because I always had a dream of going to Paris and, seeing the Eiffel Tower and stuff. But mate, been there, done that. Canada, you're next. AussieTash is coming from down under, so get ready.
And there you have the top 10 rated attractions and things to do in Quebec City. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below.
I loved what I saw. I loved everything about Quebec City, and I now understand why there's suggestions to go and look at it. Don't get me wrong. Hey guys, it's not just Quebec City. I have got suggestions to look at so many towns and so many cities. And it's coming. I am watching, I am loading, and the videos are coming. Montreal, that's another place that people say I should be looking into. But I also am really, really interested in looking into the Canadian mountains and all the wildlife you've got going on out there and all the different Canadian flags. Please, if you enjoyed that video, smash the like button, leave a comment, and remember to subscribe. That would really help me out. Also, again, any suggestions you have, leave in the comments. I am writing them down and I'm making videos. I'm loving Canada so much. I'm loving all the support that I'm getting and I'm having so much fun. That was the video for today. Cheers from down under. Take care. See you soon. Bye.